Just made a little video for my dad of the crazy ass construction site back there. Because they cover their holes with fucking plywood. And there's a lot of big people around here, you know, and a lot of traffic around there, foot traffic. And I don't know, what are we, like 165, maybe 170 tops? And when I'm on these things, I bounce a little. So I can only imagine some of these bigger folks. It's crazy. I had to get out of the house because I was losing my mind a little bit. I was having the wrestlers face off against the superheroes. You know, we've seen CM Punk fight Batman, and tonight we had Bryan Danielson and Cody Rhodes going up against Superman and Flash. I haven't worked out. They can't use their powers. It's like illegal. You know, they'll be disqualified immediately. But yeah, I started thinking a little bit too much about it. So I'm like, I should probably go for a walk. And I want to talk about this kind of stuff that's popping up on YouTube. It's, if you want to get in on a new grift, right? Now is the time to jump in on the racist grift. This is just an extreme pendulum swinging the other way. And these guys aren't saying anything mean-spirited or hateful. They're just talking about facts that people don't like to hear. They're just relaying information. I've been doing that kind of thing here for a long time, pretty low-key. And again, with me, it's like I'm almost pattern recognition, guys. So I just see everything, and I just report what I see. And, well, because we didn't have that particular demographic until COVID blew through here, and all these buildings were emptied out. Everybody's kicked out of here. A lot of people went to Las Vegas. Some people ended up who knows where. But the CIA and the American government, in what is just a military operation, brought in a bunch of their own people from Haiti and Africa and the mainland, people that never lived here before. I mean, it often said, like, I remember the first year I lived here, I remember seeing a black guy at the 24-hour store, and I ran home like Charlie with the golden ticket. Nia, I saw a black man at the store. She's like, yeah, you won't see too many of them here. And it made sense. It was a financial barrier to coming here. It's very expensive to come here and live here. It's the second most expensive state in the country. And they're always telling us black people are on the lowest rung of the financial totem pole, and they need help and welfare and all this stuff to make it. Well, they must have all become Fortune 500 fucking company presidents or something, because they're all here now. And I mean, I know what happened. You know what happened. And I've been talking about it for years now, but it's not very popular, and it was never anything, you know, you're going to be able to get out on a wide net. And I'm not doing it just to do it. I mean, I'm not going to go through my black CD with you, but I'm not just attacking black people because I don't like black people. Or the same old bullshit, like, you just don't like the color of someone's skin. It's like, dude, no. If there was a race of purple people who gave out $5 bills, people would love them. They'd fucking worship those people. It's not about skin color, it's about their behavior. I hate when people walk the street and then don't do anything. It's like, dude, I let you go because I didn't want to fucking fight with you over me get to go or you. So I let you go, and then you just sit there like a fucking retard. Ugh. People are so stupid here. They're all so dumb. I feel like a fucking Mensa member living here. There's one of the side effects of living here. I feel fucking brilliant. I feel brilliant here. But the so it's not like you know, I'm trying to go after them because of they're black. I have black friends here now, you know. I don't know. I I report what happens and what I see around me and what we're seeing in the world, and we're seeing them being activated in this era due to the Obama spell, which I've gone over before, and then 2016, the summer of rage was supposed to be. I remember going to seeing on the Drudge Report a black dude on a car as it was burning, and I'm like, why is it a summer of rage? Why are black people going to freak out this summer? How do they know that? That's when I started looking into everything, and that's where the rabbit hole kept getting deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper, and I certainly don't have enough time to go over everything I've learned about that situation, including pre-biblical history and the lines of who belongs to who. It's some pretty crazy shit. But regardless of all the background, we can plainly see that they're being used to destroy societies, our current society. The same thing they did to the Egyptians, the same thing they did to Rome. They introduced an X factor that wouldn't normally be there, and everything unraveled, you know. So it's an old trick that those at the top of the pyramid like to use, and it also drums up racial hatred, and, you know, they love seeing all the slaves fight, you know, because as much as people like to separate themselves into different groups, these people see us as one group. There's only two groups, really. It's us and them, and that's it. And they see us as one whole group of undesirables that they just move around the board willy-nilly to suit their needs and to create the kind of world they want. Dad. Plywood. You bounce on it. That's what they cover holes here with. Plywood. When I'm on it, I bounce on it, and I'm like 165 or something. There's some big people around here. Just another funny thing. Along with my 3-digit IQ pattern recognition, I can also kind of predict the weather on certain things. I've always been able to do that when I was a kid. I would, you know, whatever. I'm not going to give you examples. I'm just telling you, I'm good at predicting things. You either believe me or you don't. I really don't give a fuck. So what I see, though, is like the pendulum swinging over here to people acting out after having 10 years of being told how terrible they are, and, you know, young white men being told that they're the worst thing in the universe, while at the same time venerating anyone that has a darker skin shade than them. And of course, I'm the conspiratorial guy, so I think they had planned for this to happen. This backlash, this critical mass of people just becoming tired of it and going full 1488, which is what's happening now. And this, if you want to get on a grift and be one of the first guys in on it, now is the time to get in. I'm not saying these two particular guys I'm highlighting here are grifters. They both seem very earnest about what they're doing. I watched much of their content because of course I did. And one guy talks about like movies and pop culture and how they're being ruined by you know, forced diversity and that kind of bullshit. And it's not just like race, but he covers all the two other ills of the world. And the other guy here, he does a lot of different topics that are related to it. They're both pretty new, but to see these guys so prominently pushed up in the algorithm, like the movie review kid, he's everywhere. And this other guy too has really good numbers now. That time was they would hide someone like that. It's like me. They used to hide me because I was saying this kind of stuff. And not that I'm looking to jump on any bandwagon, but I couldn't jump on this bandwagon now if I wanted to, only because I've already had so many strikes against me, and my channel is always on the verge of just going away. And plus, I already said everything I had to say, or have my, you know, I don't have anything new to add. Basically, we all have eyes in our head. Well, unless you're a pirate And the cake is on the fucking table. You know, the cake's on the table. Everybody can see it. Everybody knows it. You know, that you can look at reality if you choose to look at it. We all know what the problem is. We all know why the problem is. Well, not all of us know why the problem is, but you know, we're seeing what's happening. Now, of course, like I said earlier, I think they expected this kind of this thing to happen. And when we're in this time, this is the stick your neck out time. They did the same kind of thing the first time we had Trump in. What they did is they made an environment where people felt it was safe to support Trump on maybe more right-wing ideas, or maybe complain about all the Mexicans coming in or whatever. And then when Trump went out of power, they got these people. They went and got these people. Civilians, people in companies, corporations, they held them accountable for the things they were saying. I knew at that time, I caught that. At the time, I'm like, yeah, just, you know, there's never going to be a situation where you can talk about their agendas, because that's what it really is. It's not about race or anything or sexuality. It's about what they at the top of the pyramid want. And beast stuff, if you're anti-beast, is going to be a problem eventually for you. So during this period where Trump's in, people could may have the idea that they can talk anti-beast talk, and that's true maybe for right now, but as soon as the regime changes, they're gonna ban you. They've done it. That's how they do. They get people to identify themselves as a possible problem for their plans going forward. They may see people like this as bait to be able to get people to show themselves. And in a lot of cases, guys like this are created by the system whole cloth. And I don't know if that's the case with these guys. I mean, I don't know. Who knows? The way, because judging on what they talk about, the way they're navigating around the algorithm, it's unusual. You know, we usually don't see that. They usually bury anything that is remotely like what these guys talk about. And like I talk about it too, but it's not the main thing. It's just one of the things. And I think I only started talking about it because of what happened here. You know, I wasn't really that into it until it wasn't a big issue for me until I had to deal with it. Then it became an issue. But yeah, so I think you're going to see more stuff like this. You're going to see more people jump on the bandwagon. It's just like everything else, man. Things get more extreme over time. We're going to have people coming out and saying, you know, all the things they weren't able to, identifying themselves in a way that is pretty blatant, you know, things you weren't able to do before. People come out and saying, I'm a racist, or, you know, because they're tired of it, you know, and they get it. And a lot of people will join in on it because, like I said, 10 years of being told you're the bad man when you know you're not the bad man. You know, if they did get rid of you, this fucking place would turn into Liberia. It would be Mad Max beyond Thunderdome in less than a week. You know, the people they hate run shit. They keep things going. They're good with infrastructure. They're good with civilizations and society because they created them. So they're good with that shit. Everybody's good at something. That's the whole thing. People aren't happy with that. Everybody wants to be good at everything. They want to be the best at everything. Some groups want this more than others. But you got to look at it and go, well, these guys are good at this and that. These guys are good at this and that. Not everybody is the best at any one thing. I mean, you look at Islanders, Pacific Islanders, or even more specifically, you know, Samoans, strongest people in the world. Like, I don't think there's, well, maybe not in the sense where, like, if they were doing a dead lift kind of, I mean, I'm sure there's some athletes that can outbend them or whatever, but pound per pound, generally, Samoans are fucking the strongest guys around. And the Islanders here have an innate relationship with the earth, and not in the noble savage way. Like, you hear that a lot, like, they know the earth so well, but these guys really do. You know, they didn't have freezers back in the day, obviously, so they used billabongs to keep the shrimp. But when other guys, some dignitaries came from other tribes or islands, you know, that have everything there, that they could They could eat fresh, you know. They had just intuitive understanding. I don't know if that's still here among them, but they're good at the things they're good at, right? My people are good at civilization building because we had to. You know, when you look at places like the islands here, or Africa or something, it's warm weather, right? So they don't have to build shelter. Food grows all year round, so farming isn't really an issue. And if you're a hunter-gatherer, you're mostly just grabbing animals, you know? So they weren't forced to learn how to civilization build or infrastructure build. You know, my people were. More specifically, my people, the Irish, were the first to do all that shit. But that's another story we don't have time for. But this is a place where you can look at it right here. But, yeah, so we're good at that shit. And if we were to be wiped out in this liberal fantasy, and the thing, though, is they think like getting rid of, if we got rid of white people, they'd be perfect. No, they would come for you and round you up, all of you, in an afternoon. Because you pose absolutely no threat to them. None. I saw this this kid interviewing this black kid who was in a, have you seen, I forget where he was, but he was interviewing this other black dude, and he had a Make America Great hat on, which is a rare thing to see in like the inner city. And he's like, he asked him, he's like, if you could be any other race but what you are, what would you be? And the guy's like, white. And he's like, why? He goes, well, they're the superior race. And he's like, you think they're the superior race? He said, yeah, they conquered everybody. No one else is, the rest of us are conquered. Show me a black army, show me a black navy, show me a black, man, he's going on about this, show me black special forces. You don't see it. And the guy was like, wow, he didn't expect that from this guy. But in his own community, he'd be called like a Uncle Tom. They'll probably try to burn his house down. But he's right. We are the ones that kind of do the civilization shifting and moving. You know, we're not the best at basketball, but we're good at that shit. And if we were wiped out, fuck. It's all ridiculous anyway, because they just want to use people to wipe out my people, because my people are the actual line, the bloodline that the people at the top are pretending to be. So as long as we're around, it's fucking awkward. It's fucking hot out tonight. Alright, I'm gonna go in. I think that was it. I think we solved everything. Good job. Until next time, don't blame the teacher, blame the school.